there, welcome to a fresh episode of the Oma Living Show. Today's episode is going to be quite short because the topic we're going to talk about is already streamlined, alright? So I'm going to talk about coaches, mentors, therapists, role models, and the reason why we should have them in the course of growing up as entrepreneurs, emerging entrepreneurs, startups, a career person, the reason and the need for you to have mentors. Now, there's a problem in Nigeria. I don't know if anyone has noticed. People do not want to pass through the process. You see someone who just finished school, he's yet to even kickstart whatever it is, and he's already printing flyers and saying, I am a business coach. I mean, you've not even given business a shot, and you're a coach already. Who does that? So these are some of the things we'll be talking about on today's episode. Be right back with my guest. Yeah! Tell me I look fabulous. Come on. Okay, with me on the show today is Audu Mamood. Why do you seem a bit uneasy? I'm going to yab you. I told you behind the camera that I do yab people.
Okay, let's have it.
So if you're forming face and packaging yourself so that when you yab you, I don't know how you yab you.
No, I'm not.
How do I like your shoes?
Thank you very much.
Nice to have you on the show. So the topic for today's episode is coaches, mentors, the importance of coaches and mentors.
Yeah.
Particularly when it comes to entrepreneurship and running your business and career, of course.
Yeah.
Everything career. Why should young people have business coaches?
Okay, you see, naturally, all human endeavors require direction, advice, and encouragement from people that are that have the expertise and knowledgeable in different kinds of fields.
Okay.
So, emerging entrepreneurs cannot just go into a business without having business coaches or mentors.
Okay.
Because once they do that, they tend to make so many mistakes
yeah.
and failures. Yeah. So, and knowledge is something that is knowledge is something that you can't stop seeking for. It's something that you have to continue seeking. Even the most successful entrepreneurs, businessmen, they still consult.
Of course.
Yeah. Just like, and even if you check, even spiritually, let me go a bit spiritual, even in the Bible, in the Quran, right, seeking for knowledge was emphasized.
Yeah.
If you go to the book of Proverbs, chapter 18, verse 15, it was written that the discerning seeks for knowledge, while the mouth of a fool feeds on folly.
Okay.
If you come to Islam, in the hadith of the Prophet, he said, seek for knowledge, even if it's from here to China. So seeking for knowledge is something that
should form the base.
Yeah, you cannot just stop.
And even while you're established, you should go on seeking knowledge.
Exactly.
Okay, so the bottom line is very important for emerging entrepreneurs and young people to have mentors.
Yeah.
And what are the things that would have to, the factors they have to consider in choosing their mentors?
Well, now, currently now, we have a lot of mentors, business coaches around. Even you're one. I've gone through your page, I've seen your activities, you're also a business coach. It has to do with the field. If you're going into a certain kind of field, you look at people that have actually been successful in that particular field. Because you cannot just meet a businessman who is into oil and gas and make him a mentor for a business in
like
tailoring or fashion. These are two different fields. So you just have to look at your specific field. But also, generally, there are some kind of consultation that a general business
because
coach,
certain principles are general.
Yeah, like for example now, as an emerging entrepreneur, you need to build your confidence. So you need to have a business coach
Soft skills.
Yeah, who will actually help you in building your confidence to tackle some kind of challenges and make some kind of decisions. Because going into the entrepreneurship world, it's not like it's not something you learnt in school. Certificates in school are just to show that you went through school.
Protocols.
But being an entrepreneur, these are things that you learn on the field. So when you're going into the world, you need to have that confidence. So you need the coach to actually build your confidence, so that maybe, for example, you're facing a challenge, you need to call someone and be like, okay, this is what I'm facing, and the person will actually motivate you, give you that confidence, and you wake up the next day and you find yourself going through that challenge.
Okay, now before you talked about you know, you even referred to me as a coach or a mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, there's a problem. I don't know if you've noticed it. A lot of people go under the tag coach,
Yeah.
life coach,
Yeah.
mentor,
Yeah.
therapist, all sorts. And then I don't know, I'm not trying to be too critical, but it's a problem because sometimes you want to scrutinize these people and they don't have what it takes to be these titles that they go by. What do you have to say about this problem?
Everybody has his own point of view. To me, anybody can be your coach. I can have my business running and I have a specific problem, right? And the next person I would just tell that problem can just from nowhere give me the answer. That can serve as a coach, or that can serve as a mentor or anything.
So in other words, you're trying to say that anybody who has an opinion or something to say about something can be a coach.
Anybody who can help you to overcome a challenge
is a coach.
Can be a coach.
Can be a coach,
yeah,
or is a coach.
Yeah, anyone, but it's just that some people see it, some people take it like a business or a career. You understand? We have coaches that organize professional.
We have career coaches.
Yeah, that organize professionals on social services, seminars, talk shows like this and stuff like that. Yeah, you have those kind of coaches too. But then, on the general point of view, anybody that can help you solve an issue at a point in time, you understand, can be a coach.
Okay, now related to self-discovery and towing the same path with your coach, because we started by saying if you're in oil and gas, it would be wrong for you to have a business coach who is in tailoring, for example. That was your instance.
Yeah.
So related to now taking words from anybody who has something to say, what effects does it have on the young or emerging entrepreneur?
Okay, as an emerging entrepreneur now, you might have a challenge you're facing, and because of maybe it's your first time, you don't know how to go about it and all, you can just meet someone on the road, not anybody on the road, but maybe you have a friend, your father, your mother, your
neighbor,
sibling, anybody, and be like, okay, this is my challenge.
So the next question would be about you.
Okay.
My audience will want to know you. So who is Audu Mamood?
Okay, I'm a serial entrepreneur, and I also regard myself as an emerging entrepreneur. So
now, serial entrepreneurship is very interesting. It means you have lots of skills, lots of talents, and you're doing a lot of things, right?
Yeah. Okay, let me start by actually defining what is an entrepreneur, or types of entrepreneur, sorry. You see, there are two types of entrepreneur. You have a serial entrepreneur and a typical entrepreneur. A serial entrepreneur is he or she who comes up with ideas and sets up businesses, while a typical entrepreneur is he who just come up with an idea, set up that business, and is running that particular business. So I'm on the path of a serial entrepreneur. I'm creative, I find myself creative, and I come up with ideas and I set up businesses. Yeah.
So you're more like getting people on track with your ideas and then letting them run?
But myself.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, then you leave the businesses for people to run, but it's still your business.
Not really. Like for example now, I'm a serial entrepreneur because I'm into one or two businesses.
Okay, now what are these businesses?
Okay, first of all, my first kind of business, the kind of business that actually gave me this entrepreneurship background and foundation was entertainment.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was in Malaysia for over 8 years, and then I was there for studies.
Okay.
Yeah, and during my course of studies, I was opportune to be one of the pioneers of African entertainment there in Malaysia.
What aspect of entertainment?
Event management.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, event management. So it actually came up. I founded the Afrobeat Festival.
Oh.
Yeah, which was a platform for celebrating and showcasing Afro entertainment and Afro entertainment. Yeah, fashion, music, art heritage, and stuff like that.
Oh.
So it was something that I managed for over 5 years before I left.
In Malaysia.
Yeah, in Malaysia. And after doing that, I also came back to Africa, and I had the Afrobeat Festival in Kenya as well, with Davido as the headliner. That was in 2015.
That was your event?
Yeah, that was my event.
Okay.
It was my idea.
Okay.
Yeah, and So as a serial entrepreneur, those are things that I started. Even now, when you go back to Malaysia, you still find a lot of African events still ongoing. People are still doing it, but they are not mine actually.
Yeah,
but I started.
You're a trailblazer.
Yeah. It was a set. It was a phrase that I actually invented and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
entertainment.
yeah, entertainment actually gave me that background. So when I came back to Nigeria, yeah, I now ventured into other businesses. Of course, I started a printing press.
Okay.
Yeah, and then
so you publish?
Yeah, I publish, I design, I publish, and then I also ventured into oil and gas as well. Yeah, and then general consultancy and the normal government contracts.
You sound like you're going to be the next Dangote.
No. Yeah, hopefully, if God so.
I wonder why you were repeating that. So back to coaches.
Yeah.
So when you started, did you feel the need to have a coach?
Yeah, I had a coach.
Virtual or one-on-one?
Yeah, I have a coach who is still my coach till today. Anything I want to do, the moment any idea clicks in my head, he's the first person I call.
Would you want to give him credit? Let us know him.
Yeah, he's my dad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Anything I think of, anything that comes to my head, even in the middle of the night, whatever I'm doing, I stop and I call him and tell him that, okay, this is my idea, what do you think of it? And he brainstorms and it kind of gives me that confidence and motivation to do it. So I wake up in the morning the next day and I implement it. So he has been my coach. Other than that, I read, I go through programs.
You study people's profiles and their activities.
Watch YouTube. There is this Ubon King. I don't know if you know Ubon King.
He's one of my mentors.
Yeah, he's one of my. I follow him on Instagram. Okay. So I think my dad is the only physical coach that I have. Others is just
virtual and. Okay, that's nice. Okay, considering how far you've come, I mean, handling such in Malaysia and Kenya and a lot of other things that you might not have talked about. Are you a coach to other people that you are older than in this entrepreneurship sector or field?
Yes. A lot of people call me, sometimes my friends, sometimes emerging entrepreneurs who have not reached my kind of level. Yeah, and then they call me and then tell me this is their problem, how can they solve it, or this is what they are going through and stuff like that. So based on experience, you understand, I always give them advice.
One or two words of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now the next question would be, what is the name of your enterprise and how do we find you?
Okay, the name of my enterprise currently now is called Codex Global Ventures.
Okay.
Yeah, Codex Global Ventures.
So what do we contact you for?
Codex Global Ventures is into general printing. We're into oil and gas, consultancy as well, and then logistics.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. What do you think about entrepreneurship currently in Nigeria?
Well, the environment is not friendly. Emerging entrepreneurs will definitely have issues in times when they are trying to start a business, in terms of capital, manpower,
power supply.
Yeah, power supply. Yeah, but there is only one thing. Entrepreneurship is more of a calling, right? A man with a vision is a madman until the vision is put to pass. So once you have an idea, you understand, as an entrepreneur, you have a vision, you believe that this is going to work. Everybody around you, first of all,
what's wrong with this one?
Yeah, considering the fact that someone like me, I'm from the north. Most of us in the north, our fathers, our mates, our friends, they just believe that they go to school, once they come back from school, the next thing is to work for the government. So we that want to venture into entrepreneurship, we find it difficult because we don't have that community support and stuff. So it's always difficult. But the only thing is just the belief and faith. If you have that faith, you keep on moving. It's not going to be easy.
Of course, it won't be. Even Jeff, the United States, wasn't easy for him. How much more here? So the next question would be, one word of advice to entrepreneurs. Just one word. What would you say to them? In one word.
Never give up.
All right. Thank you. It was nice having you on the show.
Thank you.
All right. I'll be right back after the break. So welcome back. Audu Mahmood has done justice to this topic. You heard him. We all need coaches. We all need mentors You don't have to know them physically. You don't have to always sit one-on-one with them. But I have one or two things to chip in. When you're a mentee, in case of the people that you know one-on-one, try to also be loyal to them. We have instances where people have spent all of their resources, all of their time, coaching you, mentoring you, giving you things to be your best. And then tomorrow you forget them. You're either nasty to them or you feel like, oh yeah, I can now be on my own and I don't need them. You don't need that. We're all growing. We're all, climbing. Even Jeff, as the richest man in the world today, he's still aiming at something. So if you're a mentee to someone, if you are privileged to have someone who would devote their time to coaching you, you should be loyal to them. And final word, we all do need mentors, coaches, therapists in our course of growing in business, career, and the world and life generally. My name is MARILYN Oma Anona. I'll be with you on the next episode. Stay inspired.